All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I have you ladies already up. So we thank goodness for our guests and for those who are going to come in and log in with us on today. Welcome to Let's Talk Live, the midday chat. These chats are designed, of course, our main goal is godly counsel, and we do the midday sessions so that we can talk about things that affect our everyday lives and how to be better, sharper, how to level up in that. So we have some wonderful guests on today. I'm super excited to present these ladies to some, introduce you all to some as well. But they do have some good information that's going to help you with your business. And this is National Women Minority Business Month. Yes, congrats to all of the powerful boss ladies out there who decided to take a vision and run with it. And we'll talk about the running part because sometimes we get tripped up, sometimes we don't quite know, which next step to make and how to keep moving. So we're going to talk about a little bit of all of that. So I do see some who have logged on. We appreciate it. We know it's the afternoon, some are working and you'll come back on, but that's right. That's it. Thank you, Minister Natasha, for saying good afternoon. Say hello to us. Let your sister know that you're on. Let us know where you're from, and let's jump into the conversation. So, welcome, Candy, and welcome, Gigi, to Let's Talk Live.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for having
you.
me.
Yes, I am so excited to have you, ladies. This is one of these afternoon brunch talks, but it's good information. So I'm really excited about you, and I want you to be able to make sure everyone knows who we're talking with today. So I want you to introduce yourselves to those who are watching and those who will do the replay. Let them know who you are and what you do as well. So we'll start with you, Candy.
All right. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I am Candy Martin, martinbusinesssolution.com. You want more information about me, get more details, but I'll just give you a quick overview. I've been a business owner for 21 years, so I know a little bit about being in business. One of the things about me, I love sharing the information. I do truly believe that you reap what you sow. And so since I love knowledge, I believe if I share it, I'll learn more. So the more I learn, the more I'll share. And so one of the things I'm very, very passionate about is helping people make better decisions. I do believe that if we knew better, we would do better. I don't believe that anyone just purposely want to not do right. So I believe in sharing the right information so to help you make a better decision, and a better decision leads to a better quality of life.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Gigi.
Hi, my name is Jaquita Alexander, but I am better known as Gigi, and it's easier to say than Jaquita. But I am owner, photographer, videographer for Gigi Alex Media.
Yes. And Gigi, how long have you been in business?
Um, I started doing photography as a service around December 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I got my LLC on May 18th of this year.
Right. And that's so good. And I remember, that's right. We celebrate you in the accomplishments that you made. So today is about the emerging business and the established business because we all had to start somewhere and we all had to push into the market. And then we have to learn as we go. Am I right about that, Candy? It's not
Yes,
easy.
learn. Always be learning. Always be learning.
Yes. So we want to, and one reason why I wanted both of you on today is because you're in very different places with it when it comes to business, and so you have so much to offer. Because Gigi, a lot of times people think you have to be perfect to get started. Hi, Maxine. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. For Arian Alexander, thank you for joining us. Good afternoon to Prentice, Mississippi, Miss Shakira Young. Thank you for joining us on today. We see you, Yusuf Ali. Thank you for being with us. He says, "Good afternoon, Queens." Yes, thank you so much. So, Gigi, a lot of times people think that you have to have it all together, that you have to already have 10,000 clients and $1 million in the bank to declare that you are a businesswoman. And so, what I'm aware, and I'm going to try to kind of stay out of the conversation because I'm right in the mix as well. But we have Candy with us, and Candy had to make a start. You had to get started one day. And I want you to take a minute and tell people. And so, to let you all know, so from where Candy started from, and I'm with her where we're working on her branding. But this is my T-shirt from the conference this past weekend, the Women in Business. Hey! And it was, yes, it was such an excellent conference. If you have not, go back and get the replay. I mean, make sure you don't miss next year. Don't forget, we'll talk about the event in Dallas coming up in the springtime. So just a lot of wonderful things. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. So glad to see the woman of God, Lady Latory Griffin Gibson, with us. She says, good afternoon. Same to you, woman of God. And I know she is, if I'm remember correctly, she has a boutique, and I believe you do paparazzi as well. So think about her in your times of need also. So Candy, you got started one day. How did you start in business? Thank you for joining us, Miss McGowan. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can, if there's such a thing as a short version, because they say it's an overnight success, but it's been a long night. So,
Ah.
right, so I actually got into. I've been an entrepreneur. I think I want to say pretty much all my life. I come from a family of entrepreneurs, but in the specific area of tax preparation, let's talk about that. I've been, like I said, I've just been an entrepreneur probably since birth, as far as I know. I don't know, no telling what I was doing when I was 5. You had to go dance for the company, and you got $5. Hey, that's entrepreneurship.
It
So
is.
anyway, I got bit by the bug really early. But when I would say I got into tax preparation by accident, just doing a service, helping out a friend who had a tax office. I went there, his secretary had quit, and phones were ringing. We were supposed to have a meeting, so I ended up answering the phone. And so using my skill set from corporate America on how to answer phones, how to organize files, taking all the things that I learned in corporate America and just refinding my own natural skill set, merge the two together, I was just able to dive in and help him, which seemed to be something natural. And a lot of times people think if you're not born with it, you just miss it. No, I actually learned a lot of those skills. So no matter where you are, start over fresh every day. If you want to change your life, you can start over just by learning. So I dived in, and while I was there, I was like, hey, teach me how to do this. And the next thing you know, I opened up 2 locations in different cities.
Wow.
And from there, I got his blessing to start my own tax practice. So 22 years later, I have been blessed to have some faithful clients that have stuck with me through the years. I get newcomers all the time, but the key to starting a business for me was I recognized that there was a need for what I was doing. And I would always revisit the client and ask the client, what do you need? How can I serve you? Because no matter what you think you're good at, if nobody doesn't want it, it doesn't matter. So I just started identifying problems and looking at things I was already fixing for free. So then I decided to turn that into another avenue of income, another stream of income. And I hope you ladies are listening. As women, whether you have natural children or not, we just have that mothering nature about us. And somebody can hire us to paint their shutters, but we'll wind up painting the whole house. And so,
yes.
So I started taking every little thing that I was doing and making it a business. So if I started painting your doors, that turned into a stream of income. And so that's how I got into business, just identifying and recognizing what I was good at and what people need. And then I put the two together and made it a business.
That is so good. And I know we're going to have you at the Breath of Life conference as well to talk about some of those measures and steps in particular that you take. But you saying, I was meeting the need, and we know what it's like to do it for free. A lot of us start doing it for free. Gigi, you've been taking photos, like you said, in 2018. You were taking pictures around the churches and for ministry leaders and in the community, and you were doing it because you had an eye for it. It was a gift for you. And then as Christian women, which is so important for us to talk about, you started you didn't go into it initially with monetizing your gift, but it is okay. And so we're going to, not today, but in the conference, we're going to talk about the Christian woman merging into the marketplace to make money, because that's almost been frowned upon, but we're going to spend the same money for a lesser service with someone who's not doing the quality or the heart that we put behind the business that we're doing. So and I want to hear more about your story, but Gigi, So you got started. What made you look at a camera? What made you look at a computer and you say, this is my thing? And you move toward becoming a business owner.
So for me, I of course I've been working with computers since I was a kid because my uncle to ride. He used to he would be fixing or building the computer and he'd bring me over there. And so I would be there with him, and that's what kind of where I fell into or not photography, but technology. And with that, it kind of branched out when I got to high school and I had senior projects and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, okay, I'm just going to create a video for this, or we had to create a video. So I learned basic video editing skills then. And even as a child, I used to put pictures together to make little videos and put music to it. But at that time, I wasn't even thinking about videography and photography. When I got to Southern Miss during my undergraduate career, I came in as an entertainment industry management major. I was trying to manage business and music,
Mm.
but for English class, we had to take a paper that we wrote and turn it into a multimedia type of thing. So I took the paper that I wrote and I wrote a script. I wrote the script and I got my roommate and another friend. I was like, okay, we're gonna make this video. That way, I can turn this into a project for my class.
Mm.
And I did that, and I did well on that. And I was like, you know what? I really like doing videos. So I changed my major to media production, and that's when I got the training on video editing and different things. I never wanted to be a photographer. I
Really?
wanted to do making videos or doing TV or something like that, working with the movie. But for me, that's kind of what I ended up doing. And so I graduated from USM, and then I went to Regent to get my master's in script writing, which is writing movies and TV. Still, I wasn't thinking about starting a business, but I had family who needed, hey, I need a video together because I want to start a YouTube channel. It's really how it started. And so I was like, okay, you know what? Send me a couple clips. I'll put the video together. I'll make your Facebook, I'll make your YouTube. And I did that. And my mom was going and she came back and I was like, I put together a video and stuff for my cousin. And she got so mad at me because she was like, you just did that for free, but you still won't post your business page and
Ah.
create a business. And so the next day when I got up, I made the Facebook page and I put, hey, I graduated with this. I'm going to school for this. I know how to do videos and all of that. And then it turned into someone who I know saying, hey, I need this video shot for my business, or
Mm-hmm.
hey, I'm a wedding and I need a videographer.
Right.
And that's when I decided to get professional equipment, was because I was like, okay, I'll do the wedding.
So you went
And then
into the upgrade phase and then it progressed. So
it,
I hope those who are listening here, on the one end, you can have people who have a business plan that took out 6 months to write a plan. You can have someone who answered a telephone and then they got a niche, they saw a niche and a need, and business is about answering the problem. And then you have someone whose mama said, don't make me mad, der. And that is the business plan. Go start that Facebook page and you jump into business. And I absolutely know what it's like. And the reason why I know how to do so well what I do so quickly is because I started doing it when computers were those big boxes and I was creating on those, and I've just worked with it across the years. And you grow into that. So now let me ask this question. And I want to say hello to those who have joined us. We see you all on. I see Adriana just popped on. She said it be your support system that see the best in you that helps you tap into your purpose. I absolutely agree with that. We see Darlene Crumity. Thank you for joining us. Charnel Smith, thank you for joining us on today. Maxine Jackson, thank you for being here with us on today. We appreciate you guys. And make a comment, stop hearted when you hear something you like. Share the page, share the broadcast, and let's get this word out that these ladies are saying. So let me ask this question that a lot of people, and I've been asked 1,000 times over the year. Candy, I know you work with the Urban League now. We want to talk a little bit about that. But I always get asked, where can I find the business grant? Where is the money? So who bankrolled you all? What $1 million benefactor came along and said, "Here, start these wonderful businesses."
Yeah, I have a money tree in my backyard.
Right.
Well, let
Yes.
me get
Look,
a branch off of that tree.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Give
I
me a
know,
little
right?
piece.
Yeah, just a little piece. I'm gonna send you some seeds so you can plant them.
Right.
But well, for me, there was no big bank. There was no talk of credit. There was no line of credit. There was none of that talk. I grew up in a household and a family and a generation where everything was we did the service and then they got paid. So I saw the exchange of hands of my grandmother would can vegetables and canned jelly, the best apple jelly this side of heaven, blue
Mm.
gold. And she would, sell it, get the cash. My grandfather was a carpenter. Everything I saw was cash and cash, cash and cash. So when it came time for me, I had that same mentality that, hey, I get paid Friday, I'll take that and put it into my business. So everything for me was self-funded. Through the kindness of the people that patronized my business. I had no knowledge of banking. And so when I got the desire to do more and more, my vision became bigger than my bank account.
Mm.
And so that led me to say, Lord, okay, you know, where it's going to come from. And so then I began to develop relationships. I would go and talk to people that were in finance, and they said, well, you have to do this. And they give me this big long checklist. Okay,
Yeah.
well, everything on the checklist was Greek to me. So I had to learn each
Hey.
so that I could go back. And then I thought about it.
Yeah.
And bright as I am, and I know a little something, I have a couple of degrees, and I was like, I didn't even know this. So I thought about the community that in which I come from, and I said, well, if I didn't know, I know they, a lot of them may not know. So I went back and started teaching every little bit that I would learn. I teach it in segments. And so to answer your question in a short version, find a professional. And that's what I had to do. I had to go to a professional. And
Mm-hmm.
then I became a professional. But I tell you, find a professional. They want to share.
Wow.
They have all the knowledge. And when it comes to government funding, I will tell you this: get someone that is licensed to work with the SBA to service loans, because it's so many options out there, so many gimmicks, so many people have taken it and swindled it and made it something negative. And so if outside of personal, I do personal lending, I can show you business and personal lending, but when it comes to government funding, please find someone that is certified by the government to help you with those. And trust me, they're looking for people to give them money to. They have more money than they have businesses that are
That's
qualified to
right.
receive the money.
They sure do.
So
And we'll talk about that before we get off. I want you to take a moment and talk about, your part with the Urban League and those resources that are available. So Gigi, did you go in Candace's backyard and get a piece of that money tree? Or did creativity find your dream?
Um, just like Pastor Mike Tyler said, I shared a video the other day. All you have is all you need.
Mm.
And for me, at the time, all I had was my iPhone. The first video that I shot when I put out that Facebook, I shot that video on my cell phone,
Wow.
and I sent the video clip to my laptop and edited and made it a commercial for the person. And so for me, with being a student, whenever I was able to have the resources to get the camera, I got it. And or I just got my studio equipment this year when I was able to. So I've been doing a little alone, but for me it's been all you have is all you need. And one of the things is just relying on God and for him to show you ways to work whatever you have, because if it's part of his purpose or if that's what he has for you to do, you'll succeed and do what you're trying to do with what you have, or he'll send people your way who will pour into you or give you the resources that you need to make it happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's right.
Yeah,
Faith does have a huge part in it. And that's it. All you have is all you need. And we know that that can be very true. You and the networking part is so essential. Gigi, we both are a part of the Women in Business, which Candy chairs, just a wonderful vision. But what has that meant to you to be able to network with other women in business who are new, emerging, and established? What does the network mean to you?
For
Well, the
me,
way, oh, I'm sorry. Gigi, go ahead, Gigi.
oh, I was gonna say for me, I've joined it recently, but since then it's very comforting to see other people who are in business, especially women, because before I haven't really networked, I haven't really branched out, and I've just pretty much been doing what I've done on my own. So to have a support system or a network is comforting, and it is resourceful as well.
So, Candy, what do you tell women who are doing it? They may be doing it great, they may be making it, and then you have ones who may be struggling, trying to figure out what to do, how to, get a gain in the market. What do you tell the women about the importance of networking and being a part of something like Women in Business, which I like because I'm not one of 10,000 that's floating out there, which is good, and I use those. But this has been a real tangible learning experience and network opportunity for me to be a part of Women in Business, the creative session.
Well, one of the things I tell them, first of all, it's a safe place. And the reason why I have to start off with that as it being a safe place is because I'm sure we all have been familiar with, we've been in networking, and I won't call any of the names, some of the big names, and it's just like we're a checklist item to them because
Yeah.
of our gender and because of our race. But are you really getting in the trenches and working with me?
Hmm.
So I took that disappointment from those organizations, and then I went to God and I said, I'm not a women's rights activist, so to speak.
Hmm.
I'm more so for what's right, and I never wanted to be because I love our men because I love my husband, and
Absolutely.
so I didn't want to be a women bashing organization. So
That's
I said,
right.
Lord,
That's
okay,
right.
you got to help me with this because
Hmm.
I would find a women's organization and it was bash the men, which I'm totally against that.
That's right.
And then you would find one that were for women, but they were all cutthroat.
Hmm.
And so I kind of went to the Lord and I said, look, I can maneuver with any gender. I can do business with men and business with women. I've never had a problem. But the females in my circle would say, I can't do business with men because I always, they always had some reason why they couldn't. So I said, well, Lord, is it okay for me to have a gender-based organization? He was like, sure. Everybody needs somebody to advocate for them. And
Right.
so it came to me as a form of advocating. Look, if you're successful, great, but you're not going to be successful by yourself. So you need a
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
And if you haven't started, we're here to help you. So
Hmm.
it became one hand wash the other. And I have seen since the organization started back in 18 that those that have seemingly arrived realize they needed what the people that just started. Like when it comes to video, Gigi, we like at your mercy, like help us.
Yeah.
When it comes to social media, my daughter, I know she wants to block my number, but I'm her mama. She's like, mama, you can't do this and you can't do that. You got to do it this way. And so we need each other. And I just made sure I developed a community where it was enough for everybody. It's
Hmm.
not exclusive where you can only have one person selling jewelry. No, we can have 10 people selling jewelry. It's not about the product, but it's more so about the person and developing your business character, not necessarily developing your product.
That's it. That's it.
I'm thankful. And it's such an honor to have Pastor Tasha Dillon in our organization. Y'all, we got a pastor. We got a pastor, y'all.
I am
So
excited.
Gigi,
This has been a blessing for
and
me.
I can have Gigi too because she's a millennial. I mean, a
Right.
younger generation. So we still kind of cool. We still got Tasha. They
Right.
hanging out
Let's
with us.
something to offer. Let's something to offer. Yes. I'm so glad as well to see Pastor Kaja Cole has joined us, and she agreed with the statement, all you have is all you need. And I understand that she's going to be doing a pink table talk here soon. So check her page out to see what's going on with her. And we're glad to have our CEO business woman, Candace Wilkinson, who is a part as well. And she's now part of the Women in Business. So it's just a growing network. It's the real deal. I'm so glad about that. Now, if you're watching and you have a question, if you're a woman in business, then we want you to ask that question while we have this professional, this millennial who's emerging into the marketplace. There may be something you need to know. Now, Candy, you've been doing the work with the Urban League, and
Mhm.
that is such a phenomenal group. It's one that the name has kind of been dancing around for years, for decades, for quite some time. And you've taken on a new role with that. If you want to take a minute to talk about that and talk about why that means something or what it provides, why you found it was important to accept being a part of that team.
Because there was Urban League, and I'm gonna just gotta be honest and
Yeah.
transparent and open.
Yes.
That was the first organization of all the big names that really did something for me. And I saw the work that they did. They held a class that I applied for. It was a no cost. It was 30 business owners that you had to be in business for more than 2 years, and you had to have, a whole list of things you had to have. And I met all the criteria. And so I said, well, Lord, if it's for me, I'll get in. And I actually was the last person that they put in. But the Urban League, they actually do what they're there to do.
Mm,
They taught us from start to finish how to. If you need to start a business, they have services there. If you're, for example, if you're a contractor and you have to learn how to bid on in a digital format, they teach you the software. They have the funds. The funds are there. You can apply for a scholarship. They are there. If you need to learn how to do QuickBooks, they have those services. You
wow.
just have to do, you just have to do what they tell you. If you need to have a registered LLC, just get registered and then get on board. The
Hmm.
urban leaders really doing the work. So if you're not in, I'm in Louisiana, but all across the state,
Right.
contact your local urban leader and say, hey, this is where I am in business and I would like to be here. And
Hmm.
they will team up with an advisor that does the work.
Hmm.
I mean, they're really doing it.
That's really good. And so they give instruction, they help with understanding how to actually work through and walk through certain areas of your business. And I know you just recently, some of you all just did some training. You are an instructor as well. And they provide all of that. I attended a conference that they helped to host, and man, it was so dynamic. It was just absolutely excellent. And if somebody wanted to get in touch with the Urban League, how can they do that? And like you said, they have the different regions. I know the southern region, which I have reached
Mhm.
out to as well.
Well, for starters, there's Google. Of course, you can do Urban Lead in my area, or you can do Urban Lead and then your state. So if you're in Texas, you will do Urban Lead of Texas. And one other thing I want to say about the Urban Lead of Louisiana, my director, Ms. Classy, one of the things that they're big on is networking and relationships.
Mm,
And I don't mean just networking like passing out business cards. I mean they want to know where you live.
mm,
How are you doing? And they want to see you succeed because the success of the lead is based on the success of the individual. So they have every motive to help you because it's a government agency, and so they're backed by funding based on the outcome. So trust me, they're going to
good.
get in the trenches because they want to see the program succeed. And like I said, they're also concerned about the community,
What you
not
and
just
you just said one something that's important. Why they, an incentive to help is they are government funded. So they are
yeah.
literally trying to get people plugged into the resources and services. And I don't mean to interrupt you. I want you to finish that thought. But I want you to tell us what are three things that you can think of off the top of your head why a business owner wants to contact the Urban League. What does the Urban League have that a person in business or entering into business, why do they want to make contact with the Urban League?
Because they have already built the relationship to merge you with funding. So that lots of times that's the number one reason why most of us are
Hmm.
trying to do anything. We're trying to get to the money. Well, one of the things about getting to the money through the Urban League, they're not going to just give it to you. They're going to make sure that all your I's are dotted, all your T's are crossed, so that when you get that contract, you can keep it and that you
Yes.
can get repeat business. So that's one of the reasons you want to get funding, you want to get money, and you want to get it right. The second reason is because anything that you lack in knowledge, any skill set that you need to have your business to scale, not just grow, but to scale your business, they already have it there. And most of them have classes. Now, most of all the classes are online, so
Hmm.
there's really no issue. They have classes, most are at no cost. And if there's a class that you need that you cannot afford, you can apply for a scholarship. So you got the funding, you have the knowledge, and my favorite reason is because of the network connections, the relationship. If at the conference last week, two of those ladies, I met them through the Urban League. If it hadn't been for the Urban League, that community of support, I wouldn't have met them. And then through that, I had an opportunity to become an instructor. They saw what I was doing with my clients. They asked more about me. I attended some events and they saw my concern and they asked me, they came to me and they said, well, would you be interested in teaching this subject to this group of business owners? And I was like, Lord, look at you.
Yes, indeed.
God will do it every time.
Yes.
I remember sitting in that class as a student and I said, I could do that.
Yes.
I just, not to take the lady's place,
Absolutely.
but and she was one of the presenters at the women's conference, Miss Malika Moran. She was one of the presenters. And when she was teaching me, I saw me in her. And the Lord just worked it out. He will give you the desires of your heart if you're doing something. If you're doing something.
That's good. That's good. Gigi, hearing all of that, does that encourage you as an emerging businesswoman about having some networking opportunities, some resource opportunities, and understanding that you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to have all your ducks in a row to say I am going forward with my business? Are you encouraged by hearing that?
I am encouraged. That's something I have struggled with, and putting myself out there is because, I thought I had to have everything together and in place. And I've been encouraged. Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Well, ladies,
Tasha,
yes.
Tasha, if I could say really
Oh,
quick, a
absolutely. Yeah.
little inside scoop. Most
Give it.
business owners that I service, they've been in business 10, 15, 20 years. They're having to start over from scratch on behind the scenes because they've been doing it on skill set and talent,
Oh my
but the
God.
business not been in order. The business has not been in order. So don't be discouraged
Oh,
just because we appear to be rolling in dough. Yeah, they might be rolling in dough, but they rolling the dough out in fines and fees because they're not legit.
that is
So
so good. Oh my gosh, you just said something so righteous, if I could just say it like that, because I really want people to be realistically encouraged and understand, if you did start business and you did, sometimes I put it like this: you can start and you have two legs that can hold what you're building, and the next thing you know is you've added a layer, added a level, but you're still on two legs. You didn't have time to turn around and fix it. You couldn't go back underneath and rebuild your foundation. And it doesn't make you a bad business person. It just means you have to go back in, level out, and then rebuild on the foundation that you need. So we want women, men as well, business owners, period, to be encouraged and understand this is a walking out process, and you don't have to be perfect when you do it the first time, and you don't have to know everything because you are the professional. We need to call other people as well. Yes, we're so glad to have a new CEO. She's going to be coming out soon. Monica McKinney McGee, she's on. She said thank you for that. So glad to have a national icon, civil rights leader, Brenda Travis, on. She's with us. Glad to have you here on the broadcast as well. Thank you all for joining us. And Candy, don't let me go off if there's something urgent that you need to say, because this is what it's about. That was a real nugget that you shared there. Gigi, if someone wanted to reach you, yeah, when Candy give this thought, if somebody wanted to reach you, I want you to let us know how. We'll go back in and we'll put information in the comments so that people will have links and everything. But Candy, finish that thought.
my other thought was, as a minister of the gospel, I just got to go there.
Yeah.
um, Not taking every deal. Go to God and pray to Him and see if it lines up with the plan that you have already made. We'll make a plan. A lot of times they'll say, "Oh, just wing it," and the Lord will lead you. The Holy Spirit gonna lead you. Look, make a plan. Sit down, have a well thought out plan. You only have 24 hours in a day. Make the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Then consult with the Lord. Get spiritual counsel. Every deal is not a good deal because you got to remember, even though it may seem right, it may not be right for you. So that is one of the things I have issues with all my clients. I have to reel them in, like, okay, you can't do everything, you
Yes.
know. So get a plan together. And right now we're in the last 90 days of the year.
Wow.
And with the Women's Business Group, what we've done was did a 90-day plan. And so a lot of the business owners have been in business for years. Some are just starting up. Some haven't even decided what they're going to do with a business. And so they've taken this last 3 months and they're making a business plan. And at the end of the year, we're going to go before the Lord with it. I know it's a women's business group. It's all about business, but I truly believe in seeking the Lord first. Because so many times we made so many mistakes because we were doing, our plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then at the same time, you got to have some balance because then church folks will tell you, just let the Lord lead you. Well, you need a balance. You need to have a plan.
Yes.
You need to have what are you going to be committed to so that you can ask Holy Spirit to lead you. You need to go to him and say, okay, these are the plans. Can you lead me? Can you guide my steps?
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have any plan for him to alter, there's nothing for him to alter. So that'll be my final words on that. But anybody that would like to, I do have a no cost consultation. That's about 10-15 minutes. Enough time to see if we're matched. And that's no cost. And you go on my website, martinbusinesssolution.com,
Mm-hmm.
and you just schedule it. And I look forward to working with anyone, man or woman. I do have a heart for women because we just need that extra push. At least that's what I think.
I agree. I do agree. Absolutely. Miss Gigi, that was good.
I can be reached on Facebook. My business Facebook is www.facebook.com/GGAlexMedia. You can find me on Instagram at GGAlexMedia as well. Or you can visit my website to see the photography, videography, and graphic design at www.ggalexmedia.com. Or you can email me at info@ggalexmedia.com as well.
Excellent, excellent. And listen, we are all Christian business women. So Let's Talk Live has a foundation based on the good news, the gospel, the euangelion of Jesus Christ. And we want to say this to you, whoever you are right now, he can make your vision plain. We all get muddied throughout life. It happens. But if you're watching, whoever you are, we want you to know that there is always hope in Christ. And the Bible says, whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. So we always encourage you to keep Jesus first. And as you do that, seek ye first the kingdom of God, his righteousness, and all of these things shall be added unto you. He will get you to the end of the day, what he has purpose for your life. So be encouraged in knowing just that. Ladies, this has been absolutely phenomenal. And the time always goes so quickly. But I'm loving these afternoon chats. I love my evening sessions as well, but these afternoon chats are fire. I mean, the information is so very helpful. We see some of those links are going in, and we'll make sure that all of the information gets shared. And those who are watching with us, would you just let these ladies know you appreciate them taking out of their day to give us such valuable, open, and honest real talk for a real walk about business, ownership, becoming a CEO, and becoming better in it. So I want you ladies, if you have any announcements, please make those announcements at this time. You have anything going on, say so. Miss Gigi, you have something going on?
Um, I know that I will be doing a winning moment at the Birth of Life conference, November 8th through the 10th. And besides that, you can reach me at the links that I'll send. So, if you want to even just talk, I'm here to talk. Or if you need help with anything, just feel free to reach out. I'm always open and always ready to work.
Yes, let me make this quick announcement right before Candy tells what's going on. But you guys always know that we have something that's moving. I want to say, check out my page, contact3dc.com is my website for 3 Dimension Consulting LLC. And this is what God has given me a long time ago. And I'm just kind of jumping out into the waters officially, even though I've been doing this. As Candy said, we give away our gift, and there's nothing wrong with that. I sowed those seeds for the years that I did it, so I'm excited now about 3 Dimension Consulting 3DC. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and website, so you all can check me out there. I want to remind you about the book that we talked about on Monday with our guests. I Fought to the Finish. That book is out now. And also with Pastor Justin Marshall. His book is out. So keep those items in mind and support, support, support. All right, Miss Candy, what you got?
Well, I'm gonna be a breath of life. Yay! Finally, I made it. I made it. Mom made
So
it.
tickling.
I remember. I remember years ago, you would have the Breath of Life conference, and I would come, or and I would have
Yeah, you have
one
all.
day.
That's true.
Yeah,
Thank God for
so
you.
one day, and the day has arrived. Hey,
I'm so
I don't
tickled.
my goal. Yeah, I made it.
You don't have
So
to know
anyway,
Candy, my homegirl. She has jokes. She really has. Whoa, my goodness, she has me laughing behind the scenes. She's all business, but she is just truly down to earth, and I appreciate that.
look, I have so many, so much going on, but it's all organized. Go to my website, check out
Yeah.
the calendar of events, and we're going to have more events updated as of Monday because we do have some of the other ladies. We're going to have classes on social media, how to budget, how to do your taxes. All those classes are going to be loaded up on November 1st. So about November 2nd, go and check the website out, which is martinbusinesssolution.com. But so the only announcement I do want to make is you asked earlier, I stand corrected. You asked earlier about where is my big bank. I want to acknowledge my husband,
Oh,
my
watch
number
out
one
now.
banker. My number one banker. I gotta fix that, girl. Fix that.
Fix
He's the
it.
one with the real job.
Come
So if I'm
on.
like, honey, I need X, Y, Z. He has really supported me. And when I
Beautiful.
say support, I don't mean just saying, okay, baby, do it. I'm talking about putting the money there. The Bible says you will put your treasure where your heart is. And so I want to thank my husband for being the number one banker.
Hey. Yes.
Okay, I don't be good. Women can get in the doghouse too now.
Come on. Fix it, preacher. Yes, indeed.
So
Absolutely.
God done worked it out. Him and God done worked it out.
Right. He'll give you wisdom.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So they need to check your website out in a few days for updates about what's going on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, ladies, this is the end of Let's Talk Live. The next time we will be on Let's Talk Live, it's going to Breath of Life Conference 2020, and we're going to have some brothers on who are talking about single men still want marriage. So I'm looking forward to having them, and I've had some sisters who said, "Well, ask them this." So we want to hear from the men of God, right? They're like, well, I want to know this. I said, okay, I got you. So I'm excited about having them, and they will be with us on Monday the 9th. This Monday, we will have the New Life Fellowship School of Ministry, and we are online now. We have home study as well. And so you can join the School of Ministry. Check out the page. I'll drop the link in the comments so that when you go back and view, you'll know how to get in touch with that. All right. Thank you, Miss Candace. She said, good stuff, ladies. Thank you so much. We appreciate everyone. Thank you, Bessie, for coming in and being with us. I appreciate all of those who logged on. If I didn't say your name, is Christy Nicole. Thank you for joining us. Mary Jackson Pittman, thank you for being with us. Pastor Kay, thank you for being with us. And all of you who have joined us, God bless each and every one of you. We'll see you guys again. Let's Talk Live on Monday, November 9th. So we won't have one next week, but we will have one at Breath of Life Conference. Check it out. We'll see you. If you want to register, registration is free. And I'm so excited because we overfilled one registration block, and we had to open up a new way for registration. And the word is out. We appreciate. We have had, or I think it was, oh my gosh, I can't remember, but the number of visitations and people who have inquired about the conference has been tremendous. We're open to the world now. That's the wonderful thing about technology. And so we're looking at some great ministry, powerful preaching and teaching. Check out the page, Breath of Life Women's Conference. We'll put it in the link. And the commercial is out. It'll start getting promoted on today. So we're excited. God bless you all. Go in peace and
Thank you.
serve the Lord. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I appreciate it.
All right.